Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. Wait a minute. Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. Why am I echoing? What the heck? Hang on. Check 1 2 3. Okay. All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all those in between. Welcome back to Spartan923 Gaming. I am your host, Spartan923, aka Firehawk5150, aka Lucas, and welcome back to us playing Ark Survival Ascended, where we are with our good friend Clay Dude, and we're hopefully going to have a Zoomzel with us. Maybe, possibly, hopefully. And we have started work on getting ready to take on a boss. As right now, I'm working on a few new animals, and Clay is currently trying to get our weapon stock up, so definitely an exciting moment for us. Yes, this does mean that instead of war, we have decided to go peaceful and work together to conquer these pylons. Let's see. As far as announcements go, or as far as schedule goes, Saturday, will be the debut of a new type of stream, Let's Build Saturday, where we will be building our Zoid model, the Gojulus. Not Gojulus the Ogre, Gojulus. So super excited about building this. It'll be one of the biggest Zoid models I've ever built. As far as like biggest thing I've ever built, it is probably going to be the second biggest, maybe. So we will see. Let's see what else. Tuesday we will be back in Assassin's Creed Shadows, and then Thursday we'll either be back here in Ark or we will be in Portal 2, depending on if it'll be a Zoomzel no-show or not. Again, we want to remind you that Zoomzel is working several jobs, and sometimes they overlap, and we unfortunately end up missing out on Zoomzel. So I do apologize. He's trying his best, and it's nothing that he really has any control over. So we appreciate your patience, and we hope that he gets some free time here soon. We are currently at 144 followers. That's 6 away from 150 follower goal. I'm super excited about how close we're getting to that. Remember, if you want to help us out, even if you don't want to watch us, just drop us a follow. It helps gets us mentioned and noticed and all that, and definitely gets our videos spread around. And if you really do want to help the channel, though, go ahead, hit that subscribe button and help us out by getting rid of those pesky ads and helping us out with maintenance, maintenance, baby diapers, groceries, and server fees. Definitely helps us out a lot. And don't forget to check out Clay Dude's stuff at claydude.youtube. Definitely, he's been getting more active, and his stream day is going to be Sundays, so feel free to check that out. Other than that, I don't have much else to say, so we're going to go ahead and get on back into the game. Alright. Okay, sound check time. 1 2 3. 1 2 3.
Sound check.
Yep. Okay. So Clay's currently rebuilding his C4 empire. Or attempting to. I'm currently looking for giant ground sloths, but those things are not showing up as much as I'd like them to. They're about as elusive as a Zoomzel on a Thursday. Oh!
Do you ever get any updates from him?
I sent him a message saying the second half is starting. No reply yet. He may be driving home. So, since I am having difficulty with the giant sloths, I think I'm going to go ahead, get some raw meat, and hatch a few of these T-Rexes I have.
I guess you just have to spawn one in.
I'm not supposed to do that. The only reason I allowed Zoomzel to do that was because we had hunger off and it wasn't allowing him to tame stuff.
Wait, Zoomzel did that?
I gave him the request I offered that he could do it, but he could only do it within reason. So, and I don't think he abused it, because we don't have an island full of T-Rexes, so... I killed a white stag. Oh. That's some meat. Let's hatch these T-Rexes. You first. Hatch. It'll be Judy. Oh, geez, triplets.
What'd you find?
I hatched an egg and got 3 T-Rexes out of it.
What?
Yeah.
The hell does that even happen?
I don't know. And I've got a Bubs down here. Hang on.
Bubs with a drink.
Hey, buddy.
Drinky Bubs.
Yes. I got triplets. Yeah. Yeah, that's next anime for you, isn't it? A Brilliant Healer's Life in the Shadows. Yeah. We'll start that tomorrow. Would Molly put everything in one big bottle?
Yeah, we're trying it because last time he was fine with it. He drank it all. I can look up your nose.
Yeah, you don't like that, I know. Okay. Well, you go up and you get a good long night's sleep. Have a nice fun day with Mommy.
Yeah, we're gonna have so much fun. Oh. You're so big. Look how big you are.
Yes.
Look at those T-Rexes.
Yes.
Are they scary?
Up. Yes, I'm gonna be taking care of it.
Trash,
Zoomzel has down internet. His dad kept resetting the internet and apparently broke it. Gotta love having non-tech savvy parents. It's gotta be annoying. Yes, I am naming a T-Rex Jim Bob. Why? Because I think someone named Jim Bob probably has the same IQ as a T-Rex. Well, actually, that might be insulting to the T-Rex. Guys out of here before they get too big. One. Why did I name it T-Rex Punch? Well, if you know your history, there's actually a reason. that's it for the baby T-Rexes. Yay! Also gonna need some Allosauruses, so I think I'm gonna go pay a visit to the breeding island and see if I can get an Allosaurus. But first, what Allo do I have? Big Al, I think that's a male. Yep, he's a male, so we need a female.
Need a female.
Yep, need a female Allosaurus.
Is that bad?
No, just means I've got to pay attention to what I tranquilize or get. But first, I'm gonna see if Meg has any Allosaurus eggs that I could take.
You can steal.
Take.
We're gonna give her for it.
Me watching Bray pretty much this weekend, besides for the day that if her mom's gonna watch him. Think it's fair. I might run across man, there's a lot of T-Rexes along this river.
For sure someone didn't spawn them in?
I'm fairly certain someone didn't spawn them in. Their levels are way lower than what someone would spawn in. There's one. And it died. Yeah, I know.
It got pretty quiet all of a sudden, didn't it?
Well, you haven't been responding to anything I've been saying.
You haven't said nothing.
I've said a few things, and I've just been met with silence.
Well, your mic must have been muted then. 'Cause I never heard
No,
nothing.
it was not.
What was you say?
I said, just gotta get this meat back to this place, and then I gotta take care of this annoying little bugger that's under the train.
If it's annoying, just blow it up.
Well, it's a Trudon, so
Is that a bad one?
it's venomous.
Venomous is bullshit.
Now off to the other island.
What's happening at the other island?
Oh, I'm heading towards Rio's island. I got sidetracked. Will you be able to answer questions during build stream? Yes, of course, I'll be able to answer questions. We're also going to have a little bit of not of royalty-free music playing in the background, just kind of set the mood. I probably won't be able to hear it because it'll echo, but I'll have it there for you guys to listen to.
Unless you use headphones.
Well, that's true. And I'll also have up the Iron Bible, which is the Zoid Encyclopedia. So I'll be able to tell you guys some stats about the Gojulus and tell you a little bit of history about Zoids and what exactly they are. And some different variants. I am not claiming to be a professional. I am just going to state what I can find in the Iron Bible. And there is a lot of people out there that are way more into the lore than I am, and unfortunately I just haven't been able to find a lot of stuff to fill me in on it. So, which is kind of a bummer because I wish I could find the old mangas that aren't supposedly gently used but cost about $300 to get the entire set. So
That's a lot.
yeah, I know. And I'm like, if it's slightly used, you've got at least and if you have the whole set and you're saying they're lightly used, so usually that means there's creases in the cover, the book's got the opening wear, meaning it doesn't sit like a book anymore. It pretty much, if you were to lay it down, it'll pop open. I'd say if you're gonna pitch the whole thing for 300, you better just knock it down to 100 if you're gonna say lightly used, especially if it's like a paperback manga.
Yep.
I mean, I'm sure they're banking on it being out of print to bring the value into it, and I'm like, the only thing that's going to bring the value into it is if the actual creator is dead. And I don't think the creator is dead, so that's the only thing that would be adding value besides scarcity. That's why I'd say I'd pay 100 for the whole set, but I would not pay 300. And to any of you Hulk Hogan fans out there, if you have action figures and stuff, their value just went up. I know, I'm a terrible person for making light of it, but in his final few years, he became a dick. So, at least, he may have always been a dick, and I just was too much of a Hulk Hogan fan to realize it. But, at least in these last year or two, he's been a real dick. So, I know, don't speak ill of the dead, but, real bummer, though. I mean, Ozzy Osbourne having passed away and all that. That's a bummer. Speaking of the living dead, it was kind of funny. I went to Oh, okay. I do actually have a story. I went to the assessor's office yesterday.
Assessor's office.
Yeah,
What the?
I had some property tax issues. Um, apparently, so Rio's had the same type of vehicle uh, for both cars that she's had since we've. Well, she's had 3 cars since we've lived at this house, but as far as cars purchased after we moved in, there's been 2. Both of them were the same model, same company, so they were. I'm not going to say the type. Um,
Their shit.
no, they were. I'm not going to say the company name because I just realized if I do, people could probably narrow that down if they wanted to track me down, which I doubt anyone does, but just for safety's sake. Um, so they're both the same model, same company, but they're different years. So this current one is a little older than the one before it. So we accidentally somehow got on a mistake with the taxes that it was the newer model, not the old model. So unfortunately, we also were trying to re-register the plates for this, and it wouldn't allow her to re-register the plate because
bullshit.
number 1, the property tax was wrong, and number 2, she wasn't on the property tax. So we got everything together, and I went to City Hall, which I'm going to tell you right now, City Hall is an intimidating building. And I will say I've been there before, but it must have been such an experience that I completely forgot about it. I know I went there for my marriage license, and I definitely I remember getting the license and leaving. I don't remember the layout of the building or anything on that point. But long and short of it, I went inside, and well, let me rewind a bit. So I pull up. I pull up, and I luckily grabbed some change, and then realized, guess how much it costs to park for an hour on a parking meter nowadays?
I guess about $8.
No, it's still outrageous though. $2.
7? 2? Jesus.
Yeah, it used to be 50 cents. So,
Well, don't go to Chicago. It costs me $35 to park for 45 minutes.
Jesus. Anyway, so I put that down. I'm like, well, I hope I'm done in an hour. Because I sure don't want to download this app and keep funneling money into this meter while I'm in there. I'm like, I hope the meter maid for the day's already gone by. But anyway, I first walk over. I'm not sure if I'm at the building or not because the address says one thing and the building says another thing. So I'm like, okay, this is confusing. And I then realize I have my pocket knife on me. And
Shit.
I'm like, oh, this is a federal building. I can't go in with a pocket knife. They'll think it's a weapon. Even though technically it's more like pliers with a knife on them. But,
Yeah, they'll get you for that.
yeah, so I walk all the way back to my car, put my pocket knife in there, and take out everything that I use for work.
Wait. Is it federal building or City Hall?
Well, it's City Hall, but it's a federal building.
Shouldn't be federal.
Well, it's a building that requires security. So it's a government building, so to speak. So maybe it's not federal, but it is a government building. So,
yeah.
So let's say it that it's a government building. So after I go back and take everything that I had in my pockets that could possibly trip a metal detector, that's not my keys or my wallet, I go back into the building, as I am passing someone, I did just stop him and say, "Hey, is the assessor's office in there?" He's like, "Yeah. That's where you want to go." I'm like, "Okay, sweet." So I get into the building. Security, nicest guy ever, very nice. Was very kind and pointed me in the right direction of where I need to go.
That's good.
Didn't give me much hassle.
Don't get much of that anymore.
Yeah. So I get in there and it says go across this main hall and down that hallway and you'll be there. I'm like, okay, that's great. So I go to the room that the lady that I wrote down on the sticky note that the lady told me, and I get there and there's one person ahead of me and one of the people is on the phone. I'm like, okay, here's where it goes. Here's where it all starts. And I'm like, she's probably on a line with someone else and this guy's probably been here for an hour. Yeah, okay, I better strap in. So then this other lady shows up and asks that guy, have you been helped? He goes, yeah, I'm with her right now. And she's like, okay, turns to me, goes, have you been helped? And I'm like, yeah, I'm here to deal with this property tax thing. And I show her what I have, and she goes, oh, you want to go down to this room? And just a knee-jerk reaction. I wasn't being mean or condescending or anything. Just my knee-jerk reaction was, I'm like, well, if I had to go to another room, why'd they give me this room to go to? And it kind of took her aback a little bit because she kind of staggered when she talked to me. She's like, I'm like, I wanted to say, yeah, it kind of makes sense, don't it? And but I didn't. So I stopped and she took my paperwork. It's like, here, let me go check something. And so she goes and is back in like maybe 2 minutes, and she's like, okay, yeah, you want to go down to this area and get that sorted out. I'm like, okay, so that's where I gotta go. That's where I gotta go. And so I head down to the hallway. And there's a lady sitting outside with a desk. She goes, yeah. Do you have a text saying that saying to go in? And I'm like, no, I didn't know I was supposed to have one of those. I was just told to come here. And she's like, and you have no text. I'm like, I have no text. And she's like, okay. Types a few things in. She's like, okay, go in and wait for them to say next. And I'm like, really? That's it? He's like, yep, go on. And I'm like, well, that's great. So I make my way inside. I sit down. One guy's being helped. Another person's being helped as well. And then after a little bit of time goes by, I get a next. I'm like, ooh, that doesn't sound pleasant. And so I get up and I look for this voice that called me, and I'm not going to say it's an old lady, but I will say it's a lady who's been in this job for a while, and she doesn't have this. She's not mean, but she is a person that gives off the attitude of, if you aren't ready, you're wasting my time. And I can understand that. That's how these bureaucratic offices work. Is if you're not there and you aren't ready for this process, you are just wasting their time. And so I went up and I said, yeah, my name's so-and-so. I have a issue with my property tax on this vehicle. It's got the wrong year on it. These are the years that it's an error and needs to be fixed. It's probably going to need to be fixed for this year too. And I'd also like to add my wife onto my property tax. She's like, okay. So she starts typing and looking stuff up. She's like, and she's looking at the paperwork. She's like, okay, yeah, that's definitely wrong. And then she looks at the computer. She's like, it looks like someone's already fixed this. Well, we had been on the phone and gotten all these instructions. And I'm like, oh, yeah, my wife called earlier. And they told us to come down here to confirm with paperwork for that. She's like, Okay, do you have the paper? I gave her the the record of loss of the original vehicle, and she's like, okay, so that is gone. All right, and then she does that, and then all of a sudden, the one bit of good news out of this whole thing was she goes, "Oh, you got a refund." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "It's an older vehicle, so you get a refund on your taxes for it." I'm like, "Oh, well, that's nice." And so she then continues going. She never like officially says, this is what you need uh, to take to the DMV or anything like that, or like this is the paper you need. She never tells me that. She just says, okay, here's this and here's this. Take this down to this room, and they will make it official to send you your refund checks. I'm like, okay. And she's at that point she seemed done with me. So I'm like, I don't think I want to ask her any questions. Maybe I can ask the person that I'm leaving with, that I'm going to help me out here. And so I go down, and of course, as I'm leaving this area, I walk to the lady at the desk. I'm like, "Where's this room?" And she points. It's the door right down the hallway. I'm like, "Okay," and I walk down to that door, and go in, and I'm like, yeah, I apparently have a refund that I need to have validated. And she's like, yep, we can help you. And she looked at that paperwork. She's like, and you were here for, I'm like, this property tax thing here. And she's like, oh, okay, okay. And then she has someone come out. She's like, this is going to be 1 check or 2 checks. She's like, the guy comes out and goes, it's going to be 2. It'll be mailed at different times, but that should be the full amount in about 2 checks. And she's like, okay, good. And then she gets me a receipt. I sign off, and then she's like, okay, that's that. And then I go, I just have a question. They didn't really tell me if this is exactly when, but this paper right here, she's like, yeah. I'm like, this is what I need to take to the DMV to get my plates registered, right? She looked at it. She goes, yes, that is exactly what you need. I'm like, good. She's like, they didn't tell you that? I'm like, and I explained the whole thing, and she's like, ah, okay, yeah, that's how it is sometimes around here. And I'm like, it's a very intimidating building. And she's like, well, I can assure you, you are done. The whole process that you came here to do, this is the last step. And I'm like, great. And then I go to the door, and all of a sudden my brain just blanks on me. I turn around, and I go, one question? And she's like, yeah, how do I get out of this building? And I had gotten so confused and so just socially exhausted, I forgot how to leave the building. And she's like, okay, you want to go down the hallway, make a left into the main hall, you'll see the security desk, leave on the left side. I'm like, okay, I can do that. She's like, you're doing fine. I'm like, I have a social anxiety meter of about 15 minutes. If I'm in a place too long that I'm not comfortable in, I start losing it after 15 minutes. So I got out of there. I immediately pull out my phone as I am heading to my car and just start typing to Meg. I'm like, that is like the most intimidating building I've ever been in. She's like, you've been in it before. I'm like, yeah, I know, but it's still intimidating as hell. Because it's like circa 1960s, 1970s decor. It's got Fallout shelter signs in it. It's got all the old marble and all that. It's like dead silent in there. There's like no noise. And it's just very unsettling. And I'm a person that loves acoustics. I like hearing the sound of like shoes tapping on marble as someone walks by or anything like that. But it just seems so quiet in that building that it really, really made me unsettled. But long and short of it, Rio was able to go get the car registered today before we ended up being overdue, so that was good. And it wouldn't have hurt us if we were overdue. It would have just been $5. But if you got taken care of the day and then got her hair cut, so I mean, I'm just glad that we got settled and that the proper car is on the taxes now, and maybe it'll bring down my taxes a little bit before some fuckhead in Washington screws that up too, or some person in Missouri fucks that up too, because I mean they're already taking away our vote that we did for women's rights, so trying to flip that vote.
Yeah, even though people voted for it.
Yeah, we voted for it, but the Republicans said, no, we're still against this, and so your vote doesn't matter. And so, I mean, I know when midterms come up, I'm going to tell the people in my district, I'm like, look, last time I voted for something, the government overturned it without even consulting the people. So why should I vote with you guys if you can't guarantee me my vote's going to be heard, unless I vote the way they want me to vote? Oh my gosh, something got flung out of the swamp like a freaking rocket. I don't know what it was, but it looked like it just got drop kicked out of the swamp.
Yeah, that happens.
Like one of the Deinosuchuses bit down on it too hard and went boing across the map. I see some of the old pianos I found.
Yeah, I wish the building on these things wasn't so limited.
On the hovercraft?
Zeppelins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, it's treated as an animal, so it has a pack weight. On the bright side, I got some Allosaurus eggs, so I should be able to make an Allosaurus pack.
That's good, I guess.
Oh, it is.
To make a sofa, I need hide, pelt, metal, and wood.
For what?
To make a sofa.
Oh, jeez. You
Some
you
hide.
need another one?
Yep. Here's some pelt. For some reason it needs metal. What the fuck does it need metal
For a sofa?
for? Yeah.
Springs. Let's see. Another Discord question. Spartan923, have you watched the anime Frieren? And if you have, what's your opinion on it? Oh, I have watched Frieren. My opinion on it is it's actually a very interesting story. To those who haven't seen it, I'll try to give you like the back of the book description. Imagine being a being that that outlives everyone else, being a being that can live over 1,000 years. It's being able, in short, being able to live to regret something, and then after regretting it, you can try to live to not regret it after. That's kind of the concept of this story. Is this elf was part of a group that saved the world, so to speak, and over the lifetime of one of the characters, the main character never really got to know them, and by the time, and over a time that she thought was trivial, they apparently, that person grew old, they met one last time, and then the guy passed away, and she regretted not getting to know that person well. So she then kind of takes a journey in her life to where she's trying to be more inquisitive about people she's around and getting to know people more.
I just made an awesome fucking discovery.
Oh, yeah? Well, share.
You can hang turrets like on the walls and upside down and stuff.
Oh, yeah, you can. You didn't know that?
Nope.
Oh. I thought that would have been something you'd research. Anyway, so, but yeah, so most of her, I'd say most of her party either grows grows too old or passes away to journey with her anymore. But she then takes on like an apprentice, and they take on an apprentice of her friends as well.
Apprentice.
And she learns to like take more interest in the people she's around than just like, oh, I've got thousands of years to get to know these people. And but this time she realizes I only have like maybe 10 to 50 years to know these people. These people aren't going to ever live as long as me. I better get to know them. And I find it interesting because it's witty and it has some funny moments. The character's pretty monotone, and is kind of gives a bit of a very Ben Stein-esque kind of attitude of just delivers at the same tone. Her vocal pitch changes every once in a while, but not by much. But she also has this like little like comedic side where there's an ongoing joke that she likes to just randomly buy stuff that most people would think is junk. She loves buying ancient artifacts that she knows are ancient artifacts, but most people, because they haven't been around as long as her, think it's all just garbage. One of the funniest things she does is buy a potion that only dissolves clothing.
What?
Yeah, and then like one of her compatriots' birthday comes up, and they go, "What do you get something for a guy?" And she runs over to her suitcase, flings it open, and starts throwing stuff out of it. It's like, I've got just the thing. Pulls it out the bottle and goes, "It's a liquid that only dissolves clothing." Just sits there and goes, like he just this really, and she smiles all proud of herself, and her apprentice just comes over, pops the cork off of it, and spills it all over her. And so she there and just kind of, it's not like, it's of course not censored, but it's framed in a way that you don't really see anything. And they also put like a mist from the dissolving liquid and stuff. And instead of being like outraged that her clothes got dissolved, she just goes, "Oh, this was expensive." So it's got clever moments in it like that I really appreciate. And of course, there's little jokes that I know that Dungeons and Dragons players would get, like how some people are so intrigued by treasure chests that they won't even consider it's a mimic. She apparently will always take the chance that any treasure chest will have a spell book or treasure.
Well, I like treasure chests.
Yeah. So even if it's clearly a mimic, she will still open it and end up getting eaten by a mimic. So
Mimics pissed me off.
yeah. So it's pretty clever though how they do it. And I've seen a lot of cosplayers do that where they'll like have someone dress up as a treasure chest or something that's a mimic, and then they'll come over and just have a chomp on their head or something like that. It's pretty funny. So I highly recommend it. I'd say if you like good story and you like something that's, I will say it's one of those animes that the main character is uber powerful, meaning you won't, if there's a struggle, it's just something to build up tension for the enemy's defeat. It's not to make you concerned for the hero, it's to make you concerned for the villain, to the point of which you're going, what the fuck just happened, and why did they even take this long to do it if that's how powerful they are? And so it's pretty good writing, in my opinion. I liked it a lot, and I can't wait for another season to come out of it. So yeah. Good question. I like answering anime questions that I can't answer. All right, what do we have as far as allosaurs? We got 2 males and 2 females. Oh, that's nice. The army grows. I will need to get more meat.
More meat.
Good thing I've got this sniper rifle. But the bullets are so freaking loud. Oh, there's that terror.
Bullets.
There's that terror bird pack. I guess I'll be your demise. Can't get a good angle on him.
That idea didn't work.
Right in the shoulder blades.
You're not allowed to put a volt on a Zeppelin.
A volt on a Zeppelin? Are you sure it's
Yep.
just not too much weight?
I'm sure. I tried. I took weight off, put added weight, moved stuff around. It just doesn't work.
Ah. Spartan 93. How do you pick what animes you watch? Oh, that's actually, well, for me, I pick animes by number one. Sometimes, from what I hear from people, animes are some of the few like suggested things I'll watch from some people. Unless it's like a super popular anime where people are like just talking about it way too much and to the point of which it annoys me, and then I will actually reject people when they tell me to watch it. I'll be like, no, I'm not watching it. And usually they'll be like, why? They'll be like, why won't you watch it? I'm like, because I've heard too many people talk about it. I pretty much have figured the show out from people just talking about it, and it doesn't seem interesting to me. That's what happened to me with My Hero Academia. Is I tried watching it, and then so many people got into it, and it also got to like almost a toxic level, the culture. And then of course they start saying it's like greatest anime ever created of all time. I'm like, that's not. Let's not start that. Let's not start that, because there are some things where I think a certain anime is the greatest anime of all time, but it's not. I can admit to that. It's these diehards that think, oh, it is this, and it's got all these things that say all these identifying things about all these subcultures and everything else. I'm like, I'm glad that you find something that hits your demographic, and I'm fully support that you're happy about that. But I'm going to tell you right now, don't go making it a flagship thing just for you because it helped you feel better about you. And don't expect me to pick up on what you've translated from something because I may not translate it that way. And the thing is that I'm gonna say I have a lot of friends that are LGBTQ say that My Hero Academia helped them, but like learning acceptance through being special in a way, or like being seen as like it somehow it really hits with some LGBTQ people, that show, and that's great. I'm glad it does make people happy in that sense. But I'm also going to say, I'm like, there's so many other underscored writing elements to it that make sense and that are interesting. Don't just stick on one thing and say, no, this is the only thing it's about. This is what this represents. I'm like, you have to be willing to see multiple angles of why something was written, is all I'm saying. I'm not trying to take away from it. I am saying, yes, your angle of your observation of the anime is completely valid, but it is not the only observation. And a lot of people, they say, okay, name an anime that's got more than one theme to it. I'm like, Berserk. And they're like, that doesn't have more than one theme. That's all about death and killing. I'm like, no. It talks about a lot of things. It talks about loss of trust, dealing with trauma, dealing with sexual assault, trying to regain trust after, or trying to regain trust in people after someone has betrayed you, trying to help others cope with trauma. It's got a lot in it. So don't think that everything has to have one single finite theme. It does not. It can have multiple themes. It can have layers. It can be an onion.
An onion.
Yes. I mean, a lot of people think Dragon Ball Z is just this flat anime that's just like, oh, it's all about violence and becoming stronger is a good thing, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, there is a lot more to it than that. It's, number one, a new age version of Journey to the West. Pretty well, the first series, Dragon Ball, was like Journey to the West. And then the rest is the life and times of Goku, which is honestly hilarious. And then it comes down to Goku in space, which which is pretty much what the Frieza saga was, is Goku in space. And then Goku on Namek, and then Namek go boom. But there is a lot more depth to it than you think. You just have to look for it and be willing to be open-minded about stuff and accept that there's more to it than that. Because if you really just want to hate something to hate it, fine. Keep a small, narrow view about it. I will say Dragon Ball Z helped me out a lot. It showed me that if I can push myself beyond what I'm normally comfortable with, that I can make myself a stronger person. And that it also taught me to try to allow people to have a chance to redeem themselves. Because, I mean, look at it this way. If Prince Vegeta can turn his life around and become the world's biggest bad guy to the world's one of the world's strongest protectors, even if he's still kind of a snide, self-serving jerk, then I believe that there are people in this world that could be not the friendliest of people, but if given the right incentive and the right encouragement, they could turn themselves around into someone that's friendly and helpful and all that. Now, do I get proven wrong on that theory a lot? Yes, I do. But I've also been proven right on the theory too. So, and usually it kind of it hits me just like when Goku tries to convince Frieza to, hey, I'm going to allow you a chance to escape if you promise never to do this, and then helps him out, and then all of a sudden Frieza turns on him, tries to kill him, and all Goku goes is, you fool, turns around and then blasts him. I'm like, there have been moments where I'm like, and where I've had people stab me in the back. I'm like, you just made the biggest mistake of your life. And I even had someone ask me, why do you think I made a mistake? I'm just, like, you're just a sucker that fell for something. I'm like, you've not only taken advantage of me twice, but now I have just confirmed that you are a person who will never change, and anyone who ever approaches me about you is going to hear the entire story of what you did, and I will not hold back on any details. I will unleash everything about what you truly are to that person. And it's, yes, their choice to believe it or not, but you know that now someone's going to be out here, and you now have to defend an opinion about you that you don't want. So, actually, for a while, that person had a difficult time getting any recommendations in high school because of me. So, because they were like signing up for clubs and stuff, and someone asked me about, like, oh yeah, this person just signed up for this club. I'm like, you don't want them. Like, what do you mean? I'm like, number one, they're self-serving. They pulled this on me, and then I gave them a chance to kind of redeem themselves, and then about a week later, they turned on me again, and yada yada, and they're like, wow, okay, definitely not gonna do that. And then me telling that person, they told other club owners in high school to say, hey, you may want to keep an eye on this person. I just heard from someone who I really, really rely on that they are not to be trusted. They are apparently very self-serving and yada yada. So yeah. So I pretty much ruined their reputation just by being honest. So
Yeah.
and then of course they confronted me about it, like, you're going around telling people all this bullshit about me. I'm like, have I lied? Have I made up anything? Because I've been only telling them what you've done. So don't you dare think that I am lying about you. And of course they said, you better stop or I'm telling the principal. I'm like, go ahead, tell the principal. I'm just going to address, I know the principal. The principal and me are tight. And they're like, oh, so you think you're going to have them convinced because you're just friends? I'm like, no, I'm going to convince them because I'm going to tell them exactly what I've told everyone else about you. And let them decide. Sure enough, I get dragged to the principal's office. And the principal's sitting there with this guy there all smug and everything. And he goes, so, do you know why you're here today? I'm like, well, I think I do, but why don't you explain it to me so I have a full understanding of the situation? Like, well, we've been hearing that you've been kind of spreading rumors about so-and-so here, and it's making it difficult for them to get extracurricular activities. I'm like, well, I'm going to assure you I have not been spreading rumors. I have been telling people about a situation that occurred between me and this person. And they made the decision that how that situation came to be was not what they wanted for their clubs. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah. They didn't tell you that? Like, no, they didn't mention any type of conflict with you or anything like that. Just that you were spreading rumors about them. I'm like, oh, really? So, I guess I should explain what happened then? And it's like, he's like, you know what? I've got time. Let's go ahead. So I tell the whole thing, and I just see that person go from smug to just sweating bullets in the chair. And I see the principal go from a happy, chipper demeanor to a very, very serious face. And
Went bullets.
I know. It was ridiculous how quickly I changed that situation. And I said, and that's what happened. None of this is made up. I have witnesses I can bring to confirm it. And if you don't believe me, and he's like, no, I think, and because he looked over at the person, he's like, no, I think I can take your word that this is the truth. And then, of course, that person starts going, what do you mean you just take their word on it? You don't know if that's true. He's like, I can tell just by how your whole attitude changed that this is all true. And you are going to stay here after Mr. Hawk leaves, and we are going to have a nice long discussion. And so I'm like, well, that's
Discussion doesn't sound good.
Oh no, it wasn't. So I ended up leaving the office, and I walked past the secretary, and the secretary's like, well, have a good time in class. I'm like, oh, believe me, I'm going to have a good time in class, and I am going to sleep like a baby tonight. He's like, oh, that good. I'm like, not for the guy who's still in the office. He's like, ooh. I'm like, you may want to, if you want any more info, you'll have to talk to the principal. Other than that, I don't think I'm allowed to discuss it. So, bye. And I walked away, and turned out that he was warned that if he ever attempted to give me any trouble, or if he was reported of any type of situation involving this person that matches the situation that I was in, he would not only ban him from any extracurricular activity, but he would also put him on suspension depending on the varying degree of severity. So,
Severity.
yeah, severity of what they did. So that was kind of a big victory for me. And of course, there was a moment where outside of school, that person found me and was like, you just gone and ruined my entire reputation. And I'm like, you ruined your reputation. I just told people how you act and what you did to me. You've done this to yourself. If you had taken the chance that I gave you to try to change how you are, this wouldn't have happened. But instead, you go stab me in the back, end up spreading horrible rumors about me around this school, and to the point of which I have to go and talk to people individually and explain things to them, or I have to totally ban friends pretty much because they have now taken something extremely out of context that you have said about me that is not true, and then I have to come with pretty much court case level files to explain to them that this is what happened, and whatever they've said is not true and is completely made up because they wanted to somehow split us apart so that you could be their friend and make them popular and stuff like that. And so it was a pain in the butt.
Pain.
Yep. But I said, I'm like, you had a chance of redemption. I offered it to you, and you spat at it. So I just spat back. It's like, well, what am I supposed to do? I need extracurricular activities for getting into college. I'm like, you should have thought of that before being a dick. Because I'll tell you, you want extracurricular activities? Go get a job. That counts. Like who in their right mind would want to work through high school? I'm like, I do. I work at a restaurant. I work weekends and some nights. So you can either do that or you can just sit and do nothing. You can try making your own school group, see how that goes. Now that your reputation's completely gone to shit. that's not the only time that I've had to, like, go to the principal's office as, like, a lawyer. I don't think I've ever gone to the principal's office for anything bad, except one time I said a word I shouldn't have said. But the thing is that I was really pissed off because that person should have gotten in trouble too, but they didn't. And I think it was because I was a boy and they were a girl. Now, before anyone gets on me about this, listen to the story first before you start saying, "Am I the asshole?" So, here's what happened. This girl for several months had been bragging about. She's one of those girls that bragged about everything. Said, "Oh, my daddy does it. My daddy did it. My mother did that. We went on vacation to Hawaii. We went to the Grand Canyon 3 times. I've been to Disneyland 5 times. My daddy used to be a captain in the military, and my mommy's the head of her department at the hospital. Blah 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 blah." I'm like, okay, none of us asked about this, and none of us care. And then she came in one day and had 4 scratch marks on her face. It looked like a cat had gotten her. And I just out of genuine concern, I just said, "Oh, did the cat get you?" And she goes, "No, I was attacked by a bear." I'm like, "That's a lie." She's like, "How do you know?" I could have been. It could. And I'm like, number one, it's too small to be a bear, and if it was a bear, it would have ripped your face off. To mind you, this is in 3rd grade. So this discussion is happening, and then she just starts blabbing and doing this, like, my daddy, and I'm like, my dad was in the military too. She's like, "Yeah, well, I bet you my daddy was higher ranked than yours." I'm like, "My dad was a lieutenant, and I don't really care what your dad was. My dad was in the Air Force, and I'm proud of him for it." And she's like, "Yeah, well, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, and just kept yakking on, and then finally, at the age of what a person in 3rd grade is, I turned to her and said, "You're really pissing me off." And that's what got me in trouble. Because that is a bad word in school. So they called my mom. I got taken to the principal's office. I almost missed out on seeing Jurassic Park 2 because of it. Yeah, well, I mean, rightly so. I said a swear word that I wasn't supposed to say, and they very well could have kept me from going to see Lost World Jurassic Park. And I was very upset about it. I was very sorry about it. But I also said, but she just would not stop talking about herself. She just kept, and that's what I said. And at that time, at that age, what I meant was she was being very mean and very annoying, and she was just trying to make herself seem better than everyone, and it was annoying me. And that's how I reacted. Where I just said but of course at that age I was just like, she just would not stop talking, and of course, parents don't. If that not being enough, my parents were like, "Well, that's no excuse." And I'm like, "Are you sorry for it?" And I'm like, "I honestly really wasn't." But I'm like, I'm sorry that you're upset that I said it, and I'm sorry I said it and it upset you. It is probably how I look back on it. But in all honesty, I really was pissed off at her. Because I'm like,
yeah, I would have pissed too.
I'm like, you just are the most self-centered, conceited person. That you have to just be better than everyone to think that just make yourself happy. It's just so ridiculous. I'm like, I hope you find happiness somewhere in your life, because you are just the most petty little person I've ever met. And so, yeah, I was. But of course, the principal, when it's like, hey, it's like we talked, and it's like, well, see, we got a little bit of an issue here. I'm like, yeah, I said something I shouldn't have said. As a kid, of course, I'm upset. I'm sorry. I was very sorry and very scared at that time. Principal was like, well, you know you did something wrong, and this is going to be a warning. Don't say stuff like that again, or we're going to have to discuss some type of punishment for it. And like, and to me, I'm like, you called my parents. The punishment's going to happen. there's no there. This is a warning. No, this is punishment inbound, buddy. So, like, so yeah, but that's why I learned I'm not gonna swear. That's when in 6th grade I learned that I could swear and no one would get me in trouble. So, but not at school and not around my parents. But yeah, so that was a delight. Let's see. The other time that I actually got a bully taken care of without catching any hell for it, that was also in high school. A buddy of mine was having a hard time with a person that had been pretty much picking on me since 1st grade. We were in our junior or senior year of high school, and this guy was going after my friend. And it was really bugging me. And my friend's like, I am at my wit's end with this guy. And I'm like, okay, what do you mean at your wit's end? Like, well, he keeps harassing me. He keeps coming and saying my name wrong. And he, at one time, knocked over my bike and peed on it. I'm like, are you serious?
Read on it.
I'm like, are you serious? He's like, yeah. I'm like, no. I'm like, that's ridiculous. That shouldn't be happening. And he's like, next time he comes near me, I'm punching him. I'm like, nope. I'm not letting you do that. He's like, why? It's like, I feel I'm validated. And I'm like, I believe that you're completely validated in this situation, but I am also going to tell you that if you hit him, you're going down just as hard as him because the school system is failing people like us. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, if I was to swing at the guy, I would be suspended, and so would he. It's like, well, what if someone was attacking us and we had to defend ourselves? Same punishment. It's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, they'd rather have you beaten to death than have you defend yourself. It's ridiculous. And of course, my dad gave me like the several steps of how to deal with a bully. It's like, first step, tell them to stop it. Second step, tell someone. Third step, tell them to stop it again and go tell someone higher up than that other person. And if they lay hands on you and someone still hasn't come and taken care of it, then you have my permission to hit them. So, and then, like, well, what if they jump me in a hallway? Do I just start yelling help? He's like, no, yell fire. I'm like, are you serious? He's like, more people will come to watch a fire burn than come to help someone in trouble. I'm like, and I thought about it. I'm like, that makes sense. But anyway, off track of my story. I need to go get meat. So my buddy's like, we are going to go talk to the principal. And we are going to let him hear this out. He's like, but they won't do anything about it, and that's just snitching. I'm like, it's not snitching if it's going to change something for the better. It's like, and are you friends with him? It's like, no. I'm like, then why are you calling it snitching? And I'm like, even if it was your friend and they were doing something wrong, like planning to hurt someone, it's not snitching if it's helping somebody. My definition of snitching is if you're doing it for your own benefit and are happy that the person's getting in trouble. Like, maliciously happy. Not happy like, good, this person's no longer going to hurt anybody. It's like, yeah, I'm glad that they're getting in trouble. That's snitching. So, that story to tell this story. So I walk into the principal's office. He's like, Mr. Hawk, nice to see you again. And I'm like, I really wish you weren't seeing me. He's like, oh, do we have a problem? And I'm like, we do have a problem, actually. And I had my buddy sit down and say, tell him exactly what you told me. Every detail. And sure enough, he tells this whole story. And he's like, okay. So have you had people witness this type of situation? He's like, I've had a few, but they're all in class right now. And I'm not sure if they'd like us to like me to bring them in here and have them involved in this. He's like, okay. And he's like, and then he looks at me, he goes, now, why are you involved in this? I'm like, number one, he's my best friend. And it's like, okay. And he's like, and I know the person that he's talking about. This person has been a bully to me since first grade, sir. And he's been a bully to me here. But because of policies and all that, I can't deal with him like the good old days. So now I have to hope and rely that you as teachers and principals are willing to deal with this problem of harassment. And he looked at me, and he had this look on his face like, you sound like someone who does not trust the system at all. And the look on, I look back at him like and I just kind of shrugged my shoulders, and I'm like, I'm sorry, that's just how I feel. Just the look he gave me, I felt that he was just asking, do you really not think that we are helping you at all? And I just said, I'm like, I feel the system is just not fair. And I'm not going to have my buddy here has said to me, he's like, it's getting so bad, I want to hit this guy. And I told him not to, and to try telling you. And that's why we have come to you, because you are the highest ranking person here, and you at least will hear me out. And he's like, all right. And he picked up his phone, and he dialed a number and said, can you get so-and-so out of their class, please, and have them come to my office immediately? And a few minutes later, the troublemaker came in, and it's like, oh, hey, so-and-so. And then he looks over and sees me. He's like, Lucas, you're here. Like, yeah, I'm here. It's like, what's this all about? And the principal goes, sit down. He's like, he's like, what? He's like, why am I here? He's like, you know why you're here. He's like, no, I don't. It's like, a few days ago, our friend here says that you threw his bicycle on the ground and urinated on it. It's like, what? No. And it's like, we have cameras in that area. Are you wanting to stick by that statement? He's like, oh, it's just a joke. He's like, it's not a joke. He's like, and apparently you've been giving this guy trouble for, like, the last several months? He's like, just fooling around. He's like, some people don't find your sense of humor very entertaining. And he's like, well, what's Lucas doing here? It's like, he's a character witness. It's like, what? It's like, apparently he told me all about what you used to do to him in elementary school and junior high, and for several times here in this facility. It's like, oh, man. He's like, now, I'm going to let these two gentlemen go and return to their class, because they've already had to put up enough with you. And you and I are going to call your grandmother and have a nice long talk. And I saw that guy go from panicking to plain white as a ghost. And I'm like, I walked out of there, and my buddy turned to me. He's like, dude, I feel great. I'm like, I hope you do, because that's how it's supposed to work. That's how this system's supposed to work. Is you go say something, and then they help you. And he's like, yeah, that's... I'm like, that's probably the best way we could have handled that. I'm like, believe me, I would have been more than happy to help you punch his teeth in. But we just can't do that. It's not the thing anymore. And he's like, yeah, I guess so. It's like, what do you think's going to happen to him? And I'm
Not
like, I
the
don't...
thing anymore.
And he's like, like, I don't know. I hope something worth all the effort we put into it. Turns out, a few days later, we found out that he had been suspended for like 2 weeks. Because they did review the camera footage. He never admitted to it actually being... He ended up lying again, saying, no, it's not true, and because he apparently didn't see where the cameras were, and it's like, you can't prove it. And they ended up finding the footage, and not only showed...
The footage.
Not only showed the principal, but his grandmother, who was also there, and she went whole hog on his ass. So, yeah. And then, ever since then, when he got back from his suspension, he avoided me like the plague.
Good.
To the point of which I'd walk by him and I'd go, hi, buddy. Or I'd say his name. I'm not going to say their name because I'm actually past it. But I'd say, hey, buddy, how you doing? And he'd just slink off. I'm like, yeah, I better run away, you little bastard. Like, so.
There's your base.
Hello, baby Allosaurus.
You're not here?
I'm here. I'm up in the roost.
There's a roost?
Yeah, where I land my bird and stuff.
Well, there's something big about to land.
You can't fit it in here.
Well, it's gonna have to.
You'll have to land on the roof.
Because the new machine is ready.
New machine. It's a machine. New machine. Oh, hello. I see you. Don't go down in here. Land on the roof.
I'm trying to.
You have to go up.
There we go. I think something broke, but it'll do.
Nothing breaks up here.
Why do I hear bees?
Oh, that's my fertilizer.
I'm not gonna get stung, am I?
No, it's flies, not bees. Watch your step.
Step to where?
Anywhere. Sometimes they could be a real doozy.
The fuck is this? A stone water tank?
Yep. I have 4 of them.
You can make stone ones?
Yep. They come in
I don't
handy.
know if I could trust. I don't know if I could trust water inside stone.
Depends on the stone.
Of course, the metal isn't much cleaner.
Baby Derek, come back here.
So what should I shoot with a cannon?
What?
Ooh, I want that.
You want what?
That thing over there.
What thing?
That red thing.
Oh, go get it. Alright, there you go.
Ooh, a fur coat and 3C4.
Hey ho, what? Oh, is that in the drop?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say, don't take my shit.
Oh,
Hey, whoa,
someone
whoa,
took
whoa, whoa, I'm
offline.
working here. And I just dropped the baby.
I seen something falling.
Yep, that was baby Mimi.
Did it survive?
Yep. Got it. We gotta check the feeder here. Yep, feeder's fine. Alright, now we just gotta get the baby T-Rex out of there. Oh. I might have to make another tree platform for animals here.
That's a lot.
Yes, it is. Alright, and with that, we are getting close to the end here, folks. Whoa, what was that? Where'd that even go? Aim for the Diplodocus.
Where do you see a Diplodocus?
The big white thing near the shore? You wouldn't be able to hit it. It's heading straight for you. It's called a gnat. Oh, there's one right next to your Zeppelin. Well, under your Zeppelin.
shot.
I just dropped a Megaloceros. Alrighty, 5-minute warning.
Yeah, I tried to make an armored zeppelin, but it didn't work.
Ah,
That couldn't put enough pieces.
yeah, I get it. Let's see if I can make it go plink.
That was a weird noise.
Did it go plink?
Yeah.
Ah, well, then it's armored to a point. Oh, I see your realization of turrets on the wall. He's just a squeeze of a trigger. Alright, looks like everything got big enough to eat from the feeder, so that's good. So the army has grown slightly. I'm happy with that. And next time, I'll probably pull some of the raptors and maybe we'll go into a cave to look for some of the keys that we need.
Keys.
Yep. There are things that are used to unlock these tests, so to speak. So. But with that, guys, let's go ahead and discuss what our schedule is going to be here. Saturday will be the first episode of our new Let's Build series, where we will be building the Gojulus Zoid model. Then Tuesday we'll be in Assassin's Creed Shadows, trying to get more of the mission circles closed and getting that wrapped up. And then next Thursday, depending on if Zoomza will be there or not, we'll either be in this, maybe going into a cave or something, or we'll probably be in Portal 2 with Clay if we don't have a Zoomzel. Speaking of Clay, you can catch his content over at Clay Dude at YouTube. Where he is posting stuff for the Switch 2, be it Mario Kart World, is it?
Yep.
Or Donkey Kong Bonanza? Or
Yep. Bonanza.
Yeah, Bonanza. I think he's currently on Donkey Kong Bonanza, but he just wrapped up Mario Kart World. So go check out that stuff. And he also has some of our content from back on Astroneer, which he had a few funny moments as well. So feel free to go check out those. He is also going to be starting doing a bit more regular streaming on Sundays, so feel free to go check him out. Once I get things a bit more established on it, I will be dropping links to his stuff along with my current videos as well, so that you guys can go check out his stuff. I'll at least drop it here with the team up videos, so that you guys can go and find them. Since now he's starting to do it more regularly, so happy to help out a friend, as I know he'd probably return the favor to me as well. So no biggie, no harm, no foul at all on that. Let's see. If you're looking for Zoomzel content, well, you can only find it here and only when he's on. So, unfortunately, that's what you'll have to do, is just hope and pray he shows up, and or just go look through our old videos that have Zoomzel in them. Usually he's killing me or just randomly not speaking. He could have been here the whole time.
Yeah, we would have never known.
You would have never known. Except right now, you go like, I'm here. But anyway, let's see. We are at 144 followers. That's 6 followers away from our 150 follower goal. So please, tell your friends or acquaintances, just come and drop us a follow. They don't even have to watch the stuff. They don't even have to like us. All it'll do is just allow Twitch to recommend and advertise our videos a little bit, and attract people who will want to watch them. And to those people who do want to watch our content and want to help support the channel, please feel free to hit the subscribe button. Get rid of those pesky ads for you, but also directly help out by helping us cover our maintenance fees, server fees, groceries, and diapers for the little baby Bray. So we greatly appreciate any type of help like that. We always appreciate it, and it's because of you guys that we're still up and running. So we greatly appreciate that. And I think I've said that like 5 times. So before I repeat myself again, thank you guys for coming out and watching us. Remember to get out there, discover, explore, create, innovate, and we will see you here next time on Spartan 93 Gaming. Love you guys. Take it easy. See you next time. All right. The army's getting bigger, Clay. All right.